thought that was
Really?
a door. I thought that was a door knocking for some reason. The tut. Let me see. Look, you hear something walking upstairs.
Yeah.
I just heard creaking walking upstairs.
Yeah, I hear
Mm-hmm.
You're right underneath it. We've heard banging up there too. It wasn't the front door. Nobody's there. Nobody's at the front door. So I heard what he said, but it was like tut, like someone was banging on the door. All right, so let me get back to the history of the property. Maybe we want them to disrupt us again, so we're not going to stop that. So anyways, during the estate sale, an elderly woman come running out. So now the shadow man, he has touched women inappropriately. So I have a friend named Big Booby Lisa, okay? She could get him to smoke a cigarette. And we had a member of TAPS here. They recorded it. She put out the cigarette, and she does like this. Come on, Big Daddy. Suck it, Big Daddy. And shakes her boobs at him. And like a saloon girl. And he hotboxed it in one puff. Smoke came out of the back, and we heard him cough.
Wow.
I told her she better stop doing that. You know, because the 3 times we saw him in here was when she was in here. And he was just staring there watching us. Well, one night she was asleep in the carousel room. Something lifted her up off the bed and went like that into her. And she jumped up and punched the girl next to her in the face. All right? But yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. He's opened up people's glove boxes and thrown everything around in their car. He throws rocks at people outside, and he throws rocks at the window on this back porch room. People have seen him go to my camper, and he goes in the back porch room because that's not part of the house. I do not allow him in the house. Everything in here is scared of him. He's tried to open the door to my camper. He's pushed the camper. One time I was sitting on the bench in the camper, and something underneath lifted it up while I was sitting on it. And so he can't get in there. I've got all kinds of holy oil and crosses everywhere, but he'll mess with the outside of it. But he can't go in it. But he follows me, so you don't have to worry about that. He likes to stay wherever I am for some reason. So we had a soldier standing there, and it was his first time here. His name is Philip Merrick. And he had his testicles squeezed so hard it dropped him to the floor. And I don't like to tell this publicly because guys probably won't want to come here. But that camera right there caught it. But he crawled over to the bathroom to knock on the door to get his friend out. And he was sick, nauseated, and in horrible pain for 3 days. That would be Priscilla Blair that did that. We had a famous producer here, and he was laying right here, and he's propositioning her with money. And she lifted up his pant leg, then hit his foot, and he took off running, and me and his wife were in the kitchen laughing at him. So men proposition her, and she'll go to their ear and she'll go, "What do you want?" in their ear. Yep, it's happened many times. I used to put guys in here one at a time and shut out the light and tell them to put some money out. You don't know how quick I see them guys running. And we watch the cameras in there, you know, to see if orbs come in and have our cameras capture. And we can hear, "What do you want?" All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you about another thing that has occurred in these locations, and there are bites. And I'm going to explain to you the best I can. You can come on out of that closet if you like. Were you experiencing anything in there?
Just like cold air.
Okay, so people say they feel things tickling their shoulders and in summertime their legs and their face like static or bugs crawling on them.
I just felt that on my face.
Okay.
Right here.
That's what usually happens in there. But I didn't want to put that
Yeah.
in your mind, but I wanted your arms to be exposed so that you could feel it if it touched your arms. Okay, so cold air, so you didn't experience anything.
No.
All right. Now, I'm going to get back to the bites. So you saw a photo of one on Portals to Hell, if you've seen Portals to Hell. So what it looks like, they leave scars on people. It looks like you take a pencil eraser and make a smiley face, like how kids used to do that with erasers. And it makes a smiley face. And it's always on this arm and this side. So the first one was an elderly man named Albert. And he used to be with Rick Crew that was on Ghost Adventures. And Albert was the kindest man, high morals, but never said a cuss word or anything like that. And so he was in the kitchen, and he calls me, and he's in the dark investigating. And he says, "Catherine, I think you got a roof leak. I don't know where the light is. Can you come in here and turn the light on?" So I came in, and I turned the light on, and he had blood all over his arm. And I cleaned it up, and he had those marks. And right after that, he started crying, and he went over to my husband. Now it's going to get R-rated now. And he put his fist to my husband's face, and he said, fuck you, motherfucker, and fuck your house, I'll fucking kill you. That's how his voice sounded, just like that. And he went home, ran out of the house, went home, and he attacked his wife he'd been with since junior high. Okay? He had contacted me. Said, Catherine, I don't know what to do. I've been to the church. I've done holy water. I've done everything. He told me everything that happened. His car broke down. One of them got in a car wreck. All these horrible things happened that week. And I said, come back to the property. Albert, he said as soon as he got on the property, he felt this heaviness just leave him. And it was gone. It was over with. He didn't have to do anything else. So something attached to him with that bite. The next one was a lady in the bathroom on a radio show, live feed. Hers is the scar on the portals to hell. She got a headache and nausea. The next one would be Martha Decker. Now, Martha Decker was a criminal profiler and a deputy out of Gun Barrel City. And she wrote a book called Paranormal Profiling, so she could interview people to tell if they're lying. She came here to actually debunk us. At that time, we'd had about 60 scratches. We're at over 600 now. But we've had over 10,000 people, so that's still a very small percentage of people getting scratched. So I put her right in the scratcher room where most of our scratches were occurring. That night, she witnessed over 24 guys put their arms out and asked to be scratched, and the scratch marks go right up their arms, right in front of her face. And so she was here later on with a lady named Marie Gatome doing dowsing rods. She felt something wet on her arm and shined the flashlight, and it was bleeding. The skin was flipped over on hers. The bite marks, the skin was hanging. So we called in a nurse that was here. We had a public tour that day, and there was a nurse on site, and they doctored it up. What we witnessed with her was Martha was in here for 2 hours staring at her phone, and she came in the kitchen. We said, why have you been in there alone staring at your phone for 2 hours? She goes, I've only been in there for a couple of minutes. She had lost track of time. So my husband came in here one day, and he heard his father's voice say, son, get out now. So he left. Then we got an EVP that said we need to feed. Now, I don't believe in vampires, so I walked over to the camera. I said, what needs to feed? Then we went back in the kitchen to listen to it, and it said demons. I noticed they all had typo negative blood. So when Nick Groff was here back in March, I discussed these things with him. What the bites looked like, they all had typo negative blood, and that it said it was demons. And I asked his opinion. He said, well, you know what? I agree. And I believe he's, got the most experience out of any of us. And he said that that's what he's found. They all had typo negative blood. They were all on this area and looked the same as ours, and they were demonic. Demons can come anywhere they want or go anywhere they want. I'm not saying this house is filled with demons. Sometimes they come here, sometimes they don't. Depends on who's here. And some people bring demons with them. But that's what I believe it was, because he believes it, and that's what it said it was. All right, so now I'm going to tell you about this bathroom. So you step over here. Let me get my mask back on until you guys get over to this area. Just push back that way. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to tell you about the sealed up bathroom. If you've done your research on this house, you know the only way in was in the window. Whoever wants to argue with me, this is the truth. When we got it, we had to crawl in the window. I'm going to tell you why that occurred. In that closet, there is a cast iron toilet tank on the bottom. It has a bullet hole and a ricochet. The constable came over. He said, I think that was a 22. When we had a police officer luminol it on live feed, we found a bloody child's handprints on it. Okay? We spoke to a lady that lived here in 1960 named Vicki Grace, and she explained to us that this bathroom was sealed up then as well. It had been sealed up. There was a murder in 1955 with a prostitute named Priscilla Blair and one of the sons. That was William Bartonkyle. He was also known as Curly. Okay, the ladies called him Curly. He had curly hair. Apparently, he was very handsome. Him and his brother ran the brothel, and they were very abusive to the prostitutes. They treated them like, a piece of meat. They were property. The children were to do illegal activities, so they treated the children the same way. They didn't care. And back then, that was the lifestyle. So, basically, she got tired of it and shot him, then shot herself. The child's name was Jack, and he was 4 or 5 years old. We don't know what happened to him. We don't have any information of his death. Vicki didn't know what happened to him. We know about the child. He might have walked in and found his parents, and that was his handprint. So, we cut this hole out here to put this door to get in. And we had this area renovated, but tried to keep it as natural as we could. We had this luminol as well. 1930s medicine cabinet had blood on it. The bathtub was right here. We had to move it, of course, to get in. There was blood in the bathtub and blood all over this wall and blood on the toilet, of course. That door right there is a decoration. It's a prop. It was out on the back porch. The kitchen's on the other side and the wooden wall goes all the way across. That's not the way in. We don't know. Back then, when there was a murder and blood everywhere like that, they would just seal the room shut, and that's what I believe they did. And they built that other bathroom over there that y'all went into by the piano. So I believe the entrance is probably through there at one point, because you can look over there, that hallway. That's a back porch area. You can still see the shingles. This house is like the whatever mansion. Winchester. There's add-ons all over. We don't know where it started or begun. So I'm going to tell you the toilet tank set over there. We had two coroners and LA forensic examiner on live feed verify this. There is brain matter on the wall, and it drips down where the toilet set where he was shot. That's where you're going to find Curly's brains at. And you can go in there two at a time. There is a shotgun over there. It's not loaded or anything. It's a broken old shotgun. And you'll look up to where it points, and you'll see the brain matter on the wall. And then once you're done with that, you guys can go ahead and have a break, and then we'll meet in about 10 minutes, 9:25 in the kitchen to finish the other half of the house.
Okay.
Who wants to go in?
Yo, yeah, you're going in
I'll
there.
go in.
Yeah, I mean, two at a time.
Yeah, because there's a tight little area in there. But yeah, I do want you to go in. I'm getting touched here.
When I was standing there, I could hear something moving behind the door. And I even heard like the floor. And I was looking around at everybody and I'm like, it was behind me. I knew it was, but I don't know why I was looking at everybody. No, it was, I even actually felt it.
I keep feeling like someone's touching me here. Someone's touching me.
No, it was, I could feel it, like, you know how you could feel it close to you, it was behind me.
Oh yeah, I definitely felt somebody touch my face.
Okay, did nobody else hear the moaning when we were in the main living room?
I
Did you
did
not
not.
hear it? You were sitting near me.
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear it?
Mm-mm.
I heard so much man's voice moaning.
Was
I
it
kept
from
look-
that back room?
When
'Cause
you
me
were
and
sitting
Robert
in that
both
room,
heard that.
when you were
Yeah.
sitting in that room on the chair, it was then.
Hmm.
And there was a
So-
lot. It
When
wasn't
we
just
was in
once
the-
or twice.
When
It
we
was
was in the
constant
room over
almost.
there,
When you were sitting on the sofa is when I would hear it.
yeah, I didn't hear that, but when we was in that room over there was,
Yeah, you told me about that.
yeah, we heard a moan. And we
Yeah,
just looked at
this
each
was
other like,
lots of moaning. It wasn't
It
just one or
sounded like,
two.
when like a car goes by outside, but it's definitely
It was like,
driving by
it was
out
like
back.
this, and it was really, really loud. But it was like that, a lot. And I was thinking, what is going on?
I
Nobody
heard
moves.
motorcycles going by.
This
I was
was,
sitting in-
no, this
I
was
did, I
right
heard the
close to me as
motorcycles.
well. It was right close to me. I was sure somebody else would hear it, and I kept looking at everybody thinking, why is nobody hearing
well, I
it?
was sitting right by that air conditioner. The only thing I heard when I was sitting there is like, I looked at the same time when she said, did you hear that? And I did, I literally heard, it sounded like it was like
Yeah.
right behind me. This place is awesome.
So I'll just wait out here. I hope so.
Really a big field.
Yeah. Now they're.
I was sitting there,
Yeah.
straight up, just like somebody went.
Oh, like brushed your face.
You know, like sometimes when you have your mask off a little bit, you take it off, your beard here.
Oh yeah.
picks up,
Yeah.
but it definitely wasn't bad. Usually, like, I get expected to look down and see like something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Inside the scratcher room. Do you feel like people? It sounded like people were just throwing shit out
Really? In that room over there?
right in the scratcher room.
Oh, and you're sitting in that chair.
Sitting in that chair. And it sounded like a bunch of shit was just moving around. Are you moving stuff around in here?
What's that?
Can you move something again for me? Need to get sign in here?
Hey, John,
Yeah.
come here a minute. This is where I was sitting. This is, I think we're having water. Is this the kitchen?
But you're the only one in it, eh? Yeah.
It was over the house. I was so shocked when it was.
Dude, I just saw the coolest thing.
What?
I was sitting out there smoking a cigarette. And there's that bench out there.
Yeah.
A white blur went from behind the bench towards the woods and disappeared before it got to the woods.
Really?
I swear to God.
Wow.
Dude, that was awesome.
Heck yeah.
That's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. Where's the, is that the room? The snack room?
Yeah, I think they're all in the kitchen already.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No.
I just saw the coolest thing. They're smoking a cigarette. There's a bench out there. A white blur went from behind the bench to the woods. Disappeared before it got to the woods. Probably about this long. But it was in the air. Yeah. Where's the bathroom at?
Or the room that we're in, you can use that bathroom. Sorry?
That was probably one of the coolest things I've ever
Feel
seen.
nothing.
And it was just like what we saw there at that cemetery.
I was like, what is this day? Oh no.
I'm not feeling anything yet.
Robert said he saw something else.
Yeah, he was telling me that.
Where were you sitting? Next to Debbie?
Yeah.
So,
I felt cold spots around the doll too. And then I felt like again like something's like touching normally just my hair, but this time it's touching my ear and hair. And usually like a sign for me of spirit activity, my ear is like it goes wah wah wah. This is like
Oh, really?
thing, and that's what it did. As soon as I sat down on there, my ear went wah 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 wah.
Where?
On the chair on the sofa next to Lisa, I guess on the Lisa side. But I felt like something. The doll, yeah, wherever we were in the living room, I'm kind of discombobulated.
Lisa, yeah.
Yes.
You hear what they did to SB7?
No.
Uh-uh.
It's
We-
messed up. Look, listen.
It's.
Oh wow, that's strange.
Dumping the
Yeah.
ghost box. That's the gotcha ghost box. You hear something thumping
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange.
You heard it like, that's
Yeah.
the ghost box amplifier.
Yeah.
Something's like hitting it.
Right,
You can
right.
hear it.
Yep. Oops.
That's not what the SB7 sounds like.
No,
It didn't sound like that
no.
earlier. Something's started it up. They've shut it off before. So, yeah. A lot of people are shocked. You know, this house, for the most part, like as soon as the activity, I mean, as soon as you walk in.
Every time I feel like I feel like I'm stepping into a hole. Has anyone like ever said that?
No, but this area right here, people say they feel stuff lifting them up, like something's lifting. They always say something's lifting them up. Now, when we first got this house, it was like a fun zone. It was all leaning, and we had.
Oh, I can imagine.
We had to have it leveled and new plumbing, new everything, new roof.
Right.
Definitely cleansing myself.
This was
Somebody.
followed through. Yeah.
Somebody is with me.
Somebody what?
I feel like somebody's walking around with me, and I feel like they're little.
One of the
I keep-
Jaegers?
I keep feeling like.
You want to see the photo of Fanny Kyle Jaeger?
I saw it online.
Yeah, there's one on the. I've got two of them here.
You have another one? Maybe.
We have this one. And these are all
Yes.
just.
Okay, this is the one that I saw.
Okay, I have one of her
Yeah.
elderly right before she died. Watch this, I'll show you. We got a photo of William Cobb too. That's her right there. That's right before she passed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Fanny Kyle Jaeger.
She looks so regal.
Did you get to make it over to the cemetery to see her and Deborah's?
No, we. Elmwood?
Yes, right down the road. The
Okay.
Jaegers are buried down there.
Okay, I didn't realize they were. I mean, I looked, but I didn't look. But we were by there,
Yeah.
taking a sign, me and Tiffany with like.
I don't know if you guys know, this is one of the Jaegers here. This is your kinfolk. Oh, that scared me. That
scared you?
What the heck? They're like coming out to greet you.
Yes.
Coming out of the bathroom.
I think that's just too
All right,
crazy.
so we'll get ready to get started. We're gonna scratch your leg next.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Where's that, upstairs?
Right here,
The
no?
scratch rooms, the very back.
Oh, in the back.
Uh-huh.
Where you heard the noise coming
Oh.
from?
I should go live on Facebook for my husband.
Oh, the camera's coming up? Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna fix that. That's sound like something's hitting the amplifier. Hi. Hi, cuz.
Hey, look at my middle finger.
How y'all doing? So, something's jacked up the SB7 upstairs.
Maybe
And
When did you start doing that? Just now?
I feel like I'm.
Just when I touch the.
Just the railing?
It's weird.
Yeah.
I can't explain it sometimes.
Look at that.
I've never
Weird.
had anything like that before.
Some people say they can spin.
Blurred photos. I'm gonna take a picture of you, okay, Lilith? I want you to look happy.
So y'all hear what it did to the SB7, and him and I heard something hit the amplifier, which is Gotcha Ghost Box. It knocked out all of our blink cameras. That's why my husband just came in.
Oh, wow.
All of our blink link cameras just got knocked out.
Okay, is that going on my credit card? I'm just kidding.
No.
That's all I need to
The
know.
internet's not out, so
Yeah.
something wiped it out. They will do it. They'll
That's a
shut
lot
the
of
TVs
energy.
Lights
off.
just
Yeah.
dim for a second?
That was probably after I said she's a Jaeger, Sonny. She's
I thought-
related to the Jaegers.
I thought the lights dimmed for a second.
Wait, I have it in my book. Okay. She's related to the Jaegers.
They're my
Direct ancestors.
cousins.
They're her cousins. She's related
Cousins.
to Sarah.
I
Kyle
mean,
Jaeger.
back there, but.
So you're
I wanna tell you,
related to the
okay.
Jaegers that was in this town?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Franny Yeager Kyle, she was married, you know,
Mr.
to,
Kyle.
yeah. Franny Yeager was married to Kyle.
Fanny Kyle Jaeger. That's
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah,
Jaeger's
so,
daughter.
Sarah Davis is my cousin who was his previous wife, Kyle's previous wife. Then,
So you're
Franny's-
related to the Kyle.
okay, Dr. Kyle Yeager, Dr. C.F. Yeager, Franny's brother, married my cousin Willis Edward. They called her Eddie Austin.
Oh, wow.
Eddie.
They say,
Then,
wait, did they ever call her Edward by chance?
yeah, Willis Edward, quote, Eddie
Wow,
Austin.
they say
and then,
that name here a lot, Edward.
okay, and then Elijah Fisk Yeager, who was Franny's other brother, married my cousin Minnie Burton Rainey. And then Abraham Haas Yeager married my cousin Mary Vincent Hightower. And Susanna Deborah Yeager, I know the Renfro, I don't know if I was related. I don't
Deborah
forget what I
Renfro.
read.
Yeah, Deborah Renfro.
Susanna, yeah, she
That's
was.
her sister, the
yeah,
crazy
they
one.
originally, yeah, had the house. So the
Well,
three
she wasn't
brothers.
a sister. The Jaeger wasn't sisters with the Renfro.
Yeah, Deborah
Yeah,
Renfro
that was
was
her
Fanny
married
Kyle
name.
Jaeger's
Oh, I
sister.
see. That was her married
Yeah.
name was Renfro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Wow.
that's
So-
her sister, the crazy one.
Wow.
Franny
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah, I can totally show you the relationship on it.
We got familia here tonight, Spirit.
That's what I
So-
just told him,
and
and then
it's
someone
weird
came out of the
'cause it's
bathroom
from
and
different-
scared
yeah.
me.
Wow.
But, yeah.
That's crazy.
That porch one just went off for no reason. Look, the camera just moved. Did you just see that?
On the back.
Wow,
Can
it
you
went
rewind
off
it?
and then the camera went
Yeah,
like this.
rewind it.
Something
Can you
just
rewind it?
tilted that camera and no
Oh.
one's back there.
And Robert just saw a big orb outside, and so did Debbie White by the bench.
No, I didn't.
It's this
Oh, no, you
Wow,
didn't.
this is crazy. I have to like
it's this one.
manually
Or is it-
redo every single one of
Why is the mouse not working over here?
No,
There it goes.
why do you think?
Playback. Okay, so
Because-
if it ever says that, you can just hit OK or cancel. We don't need it. You don't need a password.
You got that?
6.
Wow, this is crazy. This is really nuts. I don't even know how to do this. There's so many of them. They all went out at the same time. This is gonna be fun. That's why I came in here. I don't know.
Look, did you see that?
Yeah, sure did.
Look. So it went out and then it went.
Yep,
Something hit it.
yep, sure did.
That's why we're talking about the Jaegers.
Yep, we're ready to talk to y'all tonight.
Wow,
Look.
family.
See?
So you
And then it
definitely
whacked it
need to
again.
look up who you're
Yep.
related to tonight.
It's not windy out there, is it?
No,
No, it's not.
No.
Something
It's
hit
just
that
out there.
camera and then it went fuzzy and then it hit it again.
Maybe they'll do it again.
Not unless there's a mouse or something. I don't see
Sonny's
nothing
like,
up there.
please don't take all these out again, though.
Wow, this is crazy though.
Hit the
Is
camera
it,
twice.
it's good crazy, right?
It
Yeah.
knocked everything
Well, I mean, it's
out.
not nothing bad going on right now, so we're
So you
good.
said there's espresso shots around here?
There's what?
Espresso shots or something?
Espresso. Yeah, right there, the black espresso. I can start coffee for you too if you'd like. Just hit the on button and I'll go ahead and brew itself. Yeah. Those are good though. They don't make you feel shaky or nothing. They just make you wide awake.
And you can take it straight, right?
Yep, you can drink it straight if you like straight pure coffee. That's what it tastes like, black coffee. All right, so we'll go ahead and get ready to move into the scratcher room, guys, while he's working on the cameras. I don't know if you want to record and limit your activity in there, because that's one of the rooms where we hear things talking. But again, the recording's gonna.
Do people hear a lot of stuff moving in there? Like moving around, like shifting?
The scratcher room?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
I was hearing a bunch when I was sitting in that.
oh, well, you're in there, yeah, they say they hear something walking around. That's what they say.
When I
But
was
I
on that chair, I could
Wait,
hear
I
him
got
moaning
some
on the wall,
ibuprofen
like
for you.
growling.
Oh,
none
yeah,
of
I'll
us
take it in a
heard it.
second.
Nobody else heard it except me.
Thank
It's
you.
weird.
Take
We've
like an
heard
espresso
like
shot.
me and
Yeah.
other people
Yeah,
hear
for
a
real.
loud growl, and I'm
You
like,
will?
I know you
Yeah.
heard that, and like 8 other people like, we
They're
didn't hear
strong.
nothing.
Yeah, no
Oh, I
shit.
know.
I'm
I've
like,
had 'em
right
before.
now, you hear
Certain-
Do you want a couple?
They give
Oh.
everyone a personal experience,
Yeah.
so it's personally for you. All right, so we're gonna head into
How
the
many
scratch
cheers?
room now, guys.
That's good. Thank you, brother.
No problem, man. I just remember you saying.
He's gonna
earlier,
try to
and I
get the
was like, oh,
cameras
yeah.
back on, and then
Okay.
if we can shut this door, I'll turn the light out.
Huh?
Were you saying not to film back here? Is that what you're
This
saying to
will
me?
limit your activity of hearing if possible.
Oh, so I should cut this off?
It depends on you. If you would rather have a personal experience and hear things, or if you want to record.
Okay.
That's your choice. We're going to shut that door right there to the hall. Just that door.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll shut that. Yeah, and then we'll leave this one open. So if something's going to talk in here, we'll hear it. If someone can have a seat right here, we'll put you here since you're one of the Jaegers. And then we have some chairs here as well for everyone.
Okay.
So as you can see, poker ring, right? Leave it open. That's where we want to hear stuff out there. Okay, so this is our poker room, and we want to encourage you to play Texas Hold'em, Blackjack, or Rummy with William Lester Kyle.
I'll play Texas Hold'em.
And he interacts with the Ovilus Necrophonics app, and we have phones here pre-downloaded with Necrophonics and Bluetooth speakers and all that for you to carry around. That and the S-Box. He will tell you, so he sits in this chair. So when you come in here, leave this chair open, and I
Okay.
would say only 2 to 3 people playing poker with him.
All right.
And you're going to deal his cards out right here. This is whiskey. It's very old.
I know, I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I was like, I wonder if there's
There's
liquid
some
in
over there. I wouldn't drink that. That
Don't
is
do it,
quite a-
John.
It's in there for a few
No, I was
days.
smelling it.
But no, we have another bottle for him. So he liked to drink whiskey, okay? Jack Daniel's his favorite, so that's what we have for him. So you're going to deal his cards out there, and with those apps, he'll tell you to hit, hold, and fold. Sometimes he's knocked for tapping. So I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, here's a photo of him on the front porch. William Lester Kyle. Him and his brother, Curly, ran the brothel. You can see his photo. We have actual photo of him for people that say we don't have history documented. Okay, so Portals to Hell found his death certificate. He didn't die in the home, like the rest of the family did. He died, it was either South Dakota or North Dakota, I can't remember. But he died of old age of alcohol poisoning. He was an alcoholic, and he had raped his niece, Sarah Elizabeth Kyle, at the age of 13. And she gave birth to Jacob. That was a little boy found hanging from the tree. On April 8th, 1953, she gave birth to Joshua. Joshua and Jacob are buried at La Queen in Grayford, Texas, with her and the grandfather. Joshua was born disfigured because of the incest. Jacob was not, as far as I know. Joshua had webbed hands, webbed feet, and enlarged skull, and he suffered a severe case of Down syndrome. In 1959, at the age of 6, he was very unruly and noisy. They made him stay upstairs. They actually kept him
By the
locked up.
chimney
He wasn't
room.
allowed to come down here. And that back area where the chimney is, that's the door he opens all the time. So Joshua would still come downstairs, and being rambunctious 6-year-old, Willie would beat him when he'd get drunk. And so one time Willie had overdone it and chased him upstairs and beat him to death behind the chimney. His mother, Sarah Elizabeth Kyle, tried to stop him, and he shot her in the stomach. That's the black dried up blood that's on the right hand side of the stairs. Now this is all, these stories are pertaining to this one family. It's not like I'm telling all these gruesome, this is this one family during this time and what occurred during the brothel times. So underneath the, over there, the closet door that says portal closet, it's like a psychomanium, there's a mirror in there. Underneath the stairs is an area pulled out. Phil, of course, was looking for Sam Bass's gold, I'm sure. And he found a woman's brooch with rubies on it. And I asked him for it. I don't know what he did, if he pawned it or sold it. He says he doesn't know where it is, but I saw it in a photo. But there's a black stain next to it. We had that luminol when they came out here, and that tested positive for blood. So I believe he kept her under there at one time. and that was her blood, or it pulled down from the